It's time for a tune-up. Premier Heating and Air is offering summer tune-up specials for only $109. Need a new AC unit? Payments start as low as $89 a month. Less than perfect credit? No problem. Premier Heating and Air, a locally owned and operated company.
Hello, I'm Tyler Jackson, your Sheriff Candidate of 2024. I need you and everyone to help me in making our community stronger and safer for everybody. Also, we have our students going back to school this year. Let's keep them in mind as they travel to and from school. Let's make sure that we teach them about cell phones, to stay off their cell phone as they go to and from their destination, because their life matters. Let's collaborate together to ensure they have a safe and productive school year. Thank you, Tyler Jackson, for Sheriff for 2024. God bless you.
Paid for by the committee to elect Tyler Jackson, Sheriff of Lawrence County.
David sells cars well at Dublin Nissan.
Scott sells cars well at Dublin Nissan.
Dylan sells cars well at Dublin Nissan.
We do cars well every day at Dublin Nissan.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Team Lawrence. I'm your host, Pat Brock, the Public Information Officer for Lawrence County Schools. And we are here for week 2 with Back to School, and we have made our way down finally to Crossroads with Mr. Torrance Pittman himself. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. I've been waiting on you.
I bet you have been.
I sure have.
We're glad to be here now.
I got you. I'm glad for you to be here.
How was your summer? I know you took a trip somewhere.
Yeah, it was great. My wife and I took a trip to Jamaica.
Oh, my
we relaxed and ready to get back to school now.
You didn't know how to act over there.
I did not, but it was hot. But we had a good time.
Well, you're back now. You've hit the ground running. Talk to us a little bit about what's happening here at Crossroads.
We're doing some of the same. Got the same staff. We added a new teacher, Coach Ray Hardin,
okay.
Who's been really good for the students and everything. We are implementing a little bit of getting the kids out of their seats, doing a little bit more activities at the school and things like that. But we're just hitting the ground running, just like every other school.
Very good. And, you know, we talked about this before about the kids that you have. So when school was out last year, kids already knew they were coming back into the alternative school.
Yes. We have some students that may have not finished their sentence from the year before, so they have to start back here and things of that nature.
And so talk to us a little bit about that. So kids, you know, when they come to alternative school, there's a potential for them to be able to leave once they get to a certain point.
Yes. Our goal here is just try to correct some of the behaviors that they had in regular school and send them back.
Okay. And how many you got this year so far?
Right now we started off with 27.
27. And so you got teachers in place, you got them working, and what do they work on while they're here?
We have they work on Ingenuity's online program that they do there, but we got PE now with them so they can come out. We also have our gym program, which is Growing Young Men with Will Smith. That is really good to help especially our young men with character ed and things of that nature like that. So we got a couple of new things that's going on here.
Oh, that's wonderful. And you know, when they talk about alternative school, people already give that a bad rap, and they already give a perception about who these kids are and what they're about. Dispel some of those rumors or those things that, you know, they already put them in a certain box of how they are.
Well, I'm willing to tell you 97% of these students right here, they just made a bad choice. They good kids. They just made a bad choice somewhere, and they just need to reset for a second. And that's what we try to prove. Get them down here just to reset, before you can go back and just start over again.
We love that. And, you know, we're so glad to have you at the helm of this because, I mean, you've been in education for quite some time, haven't you?
This year, 19.
19. And you don't look a day over 22.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
A day over 22. But you know what, Mr. Pittman, is there anything you want to make sure that you let the people know about Crossroads, what this program means, and any support that you might need?
Listen, we welcome all support, but my biggest thing is just to make, when you see one of our kids or see us, just understand that these kids, they deserve a second chance. Every one of them deserves a second chance. That's what we're trying to give them, just like any other kid in the community.
I love that. I remember last year when school was out, you had a student that was dual enrolled.
Oh, yes. Yes, we had one student who came down here. He was our first student that we enrolled as a dual enrolled student. He ended up getting on the dean list at Oconee Fall Line and graduating with his class at West Lawrence last year. We were super proud of him.
And so that just goes to show that you got quality educators. You got young people in here that you all work hard to kind of shift them just a little bit to redirect them. And so there's proof that this program, Crossroads, works.
Yes. Our biggest focus is once we get them here, we want to educate them. We want most kids to know once they leave here that we done gave them something that they can be successful in the community.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for all that you and your educators do to help change the lives of these young people.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Torrance Pittman, the principal here at Crossroads Alternative School.
I'm Heath Richter, and we just want to invite everybody to come on down to the Houston Clinic and check us out at our new facility. We've been in Dublin for a while now, obviously, but have a new office here, and we'd just like you to come down and see some of the new stuff we're offering. And if you need to get checked out, we'd be glad to do that for you. We've got able to do some ultrasound guided injections now, and physical therapy, and just a little bit better space. So hopefully we can get you in and out of here a little bit quicker.
Come by and see us today at our brand new location, the Houston Clinic, Medical Drive in Dublin.
All right, boys, if you want to go to college, you have to clear out another one of these.
What if we told you there was a better way to save for your kids' college than pickle jars? Morris Bank's Savings Builder account and moolah makes saving for your kids' college easier than ever. All you have to do is connect the account to your debit card, where it automatically rounds up your purchases to the nearest dollar, depositing that spare change into a moolah account where it will grow into a nice little nest egg for whatever your kids have their sights set on.
Since 1916, Gravely has been designed, engineered, and made right here in the USA. Whether you prefer gas or electric, every Gravely has been forged with the commercial landscaper in mind. So they're not only built to last, but to also keep you riding comfortably from dawn to dusk. So ask yourself, are you ready to graduate to a Gravely?
Hey, I'm TJ Schuler with Myers Equipment Supply. Come see us for all your sales and service needs.
Hi, I'm Tom Domney, Dublin Nelson Company. We're a full-service wholesaler specializing in plumbing, irrigation, and industrial products. We are committed to building long-term relationships with our customers by earning your business every day. With a staff that collectively offers more than 50 years of expertise, our team knows your industry. We're able to answer your questions and are ready to help you get the parts and equipment you need. At Dublin Nelson, our goal is long-term success of your business. We achieve that goal with a simple commitment, doing things right, one customer at a time. Our showroom is complete with the latest styles and fixtures. Stop by and see us at 507 Airport Road or give us a call at 478-272-3585. That's Dublin Nelson.
You've dreamed about the perfect house, a place to call your own, and a place to not only stretch out, but to grow. Auto Owners protects your house because to you, it's home. That's simple human sense.
Ask Curry Maffett Insurance in Dublin if Auto Owners make sense for you.
Happy to help, man. I was just over there talking to myself anyway.
We are here at Crossroads, and we're meeting a new educator here, at least for Lawrence County Schools. We got Mr. Ray Hardin with us. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. And yourself?
Doing well. Good to see you.
Yes, ma'am.
Good to finally meet you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Now, you and I have been talking off camera just a little bit about yourself. So now this is your chance to share with the people out there of Dublin, Lawrence County, a little backstory about you, your family, and your world in education, and then we'll come to where we are today here at Crossroads.
Well, as far as education goes, that could be a long list. This is my 37th year in public education. I've been a football coach, and I took a year off, worked at the University of Mississippi as a grad assistant. So this is the 38th football team this fall that I'll be a part of. And I'm helping the middle school and working here at Crossroads part-time. I'm basically retired. I was the head football coach and athletic director over at Dodge County the past 2 years, but have worked in this area for the last 25 years at Dodge, at West Lawrence back in 2010 and 11. And then I went over to Bleckley County before I went to Dodge County. So that's kind of a long list and a quick quick summary of that.
So what made you come out of retirement? I mean, what made so many years of just transforming the lives of young people and athletes, and what made you decide to come out of retirement?
Well, it was the quit word, I think, that bothered me. You know, after 38 years of coaching, you always tell kids never quit, never quit, never quit. Yep. And then by the end of the spring, I was thinking, oh my gosh, I'm a quitter. Wow. And so the opportunity presented itself to come here. I knew, you know, Mr. Garnto, Jeff Clayton as the AD here, and they called me and kind of asked me would I be willing to do that. And I thought about the hours and the time, and I thought, sure, I'd be willing to do that.
And here you are.
I am, and glad to be here. I really am.
We're graced with your presence.
Oh, well, I don't know about that, but thank you anyway.
So, Mr. Hardin, when you think about all the years that you have been in education and as a coach, you know, how have you seen yourself grow and mature as an educator, and what have you seen in the changes of education? Or have you seen any?
When I started, there was no such thing as computers. You know, there was no cell phones, and I think in the past 10 or 12 years, how in the world did we get by? Right. You know, if you made a copy, we had to use those old purple things that went around and around on the machine. Right. But, you know, information is there. The kids have certainly changed, and although a lot of times we want to look at the negative side of that, education is now in the forefront, I think, in every community now, and more so here than a lot of places. So I'm very happy to be a part of that. I've been both a classroom teacher, I've been in the gym, right. And I just enjoy teaching. I enjoy being with kids that keep me young. You know?
Look at that. And, you know, when you talk about what you love, you know, what do you love most about it? You know, what has kept you in the game as long as you have been in the game? You tagged out briefly, but you came back in.
I think it's when you see a kid that has changed, or a kid comes back to you. There's been a couple of times in these 37, 38 years that I thought, man, that's it. I'm out of here. I've had all I can take. Yeah. And then I get a mysterious phone call, or I get a letter. Or I go out on the field and I see a kid do something and know that I had a part in that. I think that feeds you and makes you hungry and makes you want to stay, and you realize that it becomes a high just as much as any drug you can take.
For sure. You know, we've talked about that to where, you know, educators who've been teaching for so long, and just that satisfaction when you have someone that you know you've poured into, whether, you know, and you know some that have given you trouble, but to come back to you and let you know what you did to change their life. That
last Wednesday afternoon, we had a little scrimmage game with our 6th graders, and I'd never coached kids that, you know, only come up to my belt buckle, but on my way home, I laughed, and because during the game, I saw like 4 or 5 cases where kids were scared to death at the start of the game. That something happened during that game, and they grew up, so to speak. They had the greatest time, and I think that's one of the greatest moments in coaching that I've ever had. And it just fueled me for the next few years, I'm sure.
For sure. And for you, how do you reach kids? You know, what is the method that you use to reach kids in the classroom as well as on the field?
Well, I try to be extremely honest. I want them to see me for who I am and what I am. I try to get to their level and understand. I like to talk to them. I like to build those relationships, because that old saying, if a kid likes you, he'll play for you. If he likes you, he'll learn for you. Mm-hmm. So you try to do that, and thank God I've been lucky enough to have done that quite a number of times over the years. I know this morning on my way to school, a guy stopped me on a dirt road and yelled at me. It was a former player. And, you know, just out of the blue, he was riding down the road and stopped me. And so, man, it made my day right off the bat.
Look at you. So they're pulling you over on the sides of the road. And so here it is. You're part-time here. You're at Crossroads. And, you know, when you get kids here in the alternative school, you know, you've got to really work on some certain things with them. So how's this first week been for you?
Oh, it's been great. Yeah. You know, Mr. Pittman runs this place really, really well. We have a new program where we're trying to save some kids. And they're right now working towards a credit recovery. It's been interesting to come in and get started with those guys, and it's been a new experience that so far has been great.
Very good. Is there anything, Mr. Hardin, that you'd like to add that we haven't already discussed?
Well, my wife would be remiss if I didn't mention her, Kimberly. I have a son and I have 2 daughters, and interesting, right now my son is an active participant in the TV show Big Brother. Oh, so it's been a weird 3 weeks at our house, you know, but that stuff. But I just thought that would be an interesting tidbit there.
I love that. Tune in to Big Brother. Well, it's a pleasure meeting you. So glad to have you a part of the Lawrence County Schools family, and glad to have you out there on that field, continuing to push those young men towards excellence.
Thank you. I appreciate the time.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Ray Hardin.
I'm Glenn Registered, Hometown Supply. Come by today and let me show you all the different product lines that we carry. Just about anything that you need, we have it in stock. We do financing, we deliver just about anything a customer needs for us to do, we do. Come by and let me show you what sets us apart from all the rest. If you can't do business here, you just can't do business.
Badcock Home Furniture and More is your home store, where you'll find great savings on new living room sets, sofas, love seats, recliners, and more. Badcock Home Furniture and More has great savings every day on bedding and bedroom sets. Shop Badcock Home Furniture and More for a great selection of dining room sets, and save every day on electronics and appliances at Badcock Home Furniture and More, 1927 Highway 441 South in Dublin. Call 275-3144 for more information, or stop by and see Wendy and Tim Sumner or any of their friendly staff today at Badcock and More Home Furniture Store, where no credit is ever refused.
From humble beginnings with a desire to serve the Dudley community, Bank of Dudley has grown to 5 locations, serving Lawrence, Twiggs, and surrounding counties. Serving our community since 1905, the Bank of Dudley is looking forward to its 2nd century of community banking. Drop in today to any of our 5 locations: Jeffersonville, Dudley, East Dublin, Veterans Boulevard, and downtown Dublin. Bank of Dudley, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.